Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Road Atlanta for the Apex MX-5 Sim Series. Tonight we're set for 45-minute sprint here at one of the most demanding and iconic road courses in North America. It's fast, it's flowy, and it's completely unforgiving. It's Road America. Welcome in here, Stam Studio Network, Sean Stam, producing, directing, commentating the show. And tonight we have Apex MX-5s. They might be evenly matched on paper, but Road Atlanta has a way of separating the patient from the desperate. Drafting down that back straight, late braking as well as into turn 10A, and it's that ever tricky downhill plunge into turn 12. Mistakes are costly, mistakes will be made, and momentum is everything. Welcome in here, Stam Studio Network. Hopefully you are all doing well here on this Apex MX-5 sim racing race here tonight. We'll take a look here at some race information before we cut down live into our starting grid here tonight. It is going to be a 12-turn, 2.5-mile road course. It's one of my favorites. I know I say that quite a bit here a lot, but this actually is one of my favorites here, especially this car track combo. Very lightweight, light horsepower Mazda MX-5s will be taking on this 2.5-mile behemoth. We got ambient temps at about 94 degrees, track temps 94 degrees, ambient temps at about 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 45% humidity point, and partly cloudy skies up there out and above us. We appreciate each and every single one of you down there in YouTube land, as well as our sponsors and affiliates who have made themselves available out here for MX-5 Sim Series action. I'm talking Race to Stop Suicide. Check on your friends and family members out there around you. I'm also talking Slipstream Performance. We build to win. They don't want to build, it is mostly real life racing out there action for Slipstream Performance. Appreciate them for hopping on board and YouTube land. Also DL Designs, if you're looking to DL Design, that's a sim racing car there, just a little bit, make it pop there just a little bit more out on these broadcasts. Also overstockvehicles.com as well as vehiclebuyers.com. That'll do it for our sponsors and affiliates. We'll take a look at our starting grid here tonight. It's actually Andrew Bound here. What a shocker it is after winning our Toyota GR Cup out there in West Coast Sim Racing's championship. Andrew Bound will slap it out there on the pole with a 134.721. Lucas Barnett joins that outside row on P number 2 with only about 0.3 tenths of a second back. It's Brendan Birch. Brendan Birch has been stalking, creeping for one of these top 3 driver interview finishes. He's right now sitting P3 on this race start. It's Slater Colby, Stone Colby, Nico Colby. It will be another triple Colby action out there starting our race. It'll be Joe Rainey as well as Marvin Samayoa, Joey Rainey, and Jake Steckler rounding out the top 10. I believe this will be a standing start out here tonight. It's Andrew Bounton who will lead us down there going into turn 1. We have a 25-driver grid. Lots of drivers out here ready to do battle out here from Road Atlanta in this Apex MX-5 Sim Series. Here we're going to duke it out there going up into turn 1. Andrew Bound leading Brendan Birch in that Vehicle Buyers Gold and Black Mazda MX-5 Cup car. Brendan Birch to the race lead out there going out through our turns 1, 2, and 3 as we'll head our way back down and at the hill we go. Stone Colby, he's P4. Nico Colby and Joe Rainey battling there for 5th and 6th position. It's Marvin Samayoa, it's Jake Steckler and Joey Rainey. Also Josh Hunter rounding at the top 10. Jumping back out here to the battle for the race lead as Joey Rainey shows a black flag, so does Jason Holcomb. Brendan Birch grabs the race lead going out there up throughout the hill and back down. We made that that was a really nice pass happen there for Brendan Birch, textbook like there as he made it happen throughout the outside line. That vehiclebuyers.com Apex Motor Club machine is out to the race lead after getting 2 spots in 1 turn out there. Andrew Bound, Slater Colby, Stone Colby, it's Joe Rainey. Oh, we got one going back and around out here. That'll be Jason Holcomb. I believe Wesley McFarland is also involved. So is, Josh Hunter. He's hard on the brakes. He's making his way through it. That'll be a 3 to 4 car incident, making our way down and back on towards that straightaway section. We'll have to see where this all started to heat up and ensue here with. I believe this might be a good look at it. Here's going to be Wesley McFarland out here out of the exit, and he's coming up here onto this wreck here. Victor Ling already involved. That is Josh Hunter. Looks like a ballerina dancer going, or more likely a cheerleader, I guess, going back down and around. Here's another look at the Here's how Josh Hunter got turned into a cheerleader. Contact there with Victor Ling sends the Apex Motor Club that machine around. Thankfully, this is virtual racing out here and not real life racing. Josh Hunter once, twice, thrice backing over. That Apex Motor Club machine goes. Some more contact out there. Jason Holcomb, Victor Ling, Kenneth Lawless all involved there. Jumping back out here to this battle for the race lead. It's only lap 2 out of here, out of Road Atlanta for our Apex MX-5 Sim Series. If you're just now joining us, make sure you got yourself a drink, got yourself a snack. You are not going to want to go anywhere out here throughout this whole 45-minute sprint race. We do have that competition caution at or around halfway through the race, so expect around 20 to 22nd minutes as we're on board here with our GR Cup champ. It's Andrew Bound. Will he make a move here on Brendan Birch's rear bumper? Or will Andrew Bound continue to just live to fight another lap or 2 or 3? Also continuing to maybe learn here where Brendan Birch may be carrying a little bit more speed, maybe braking there just a little bit earlier or a little bit later than the 2. Andrew Bound is putting a lot right now back in behind his mind right now. He's going virtual sim racing out here tonight, trying to go back-to-back here for what would have been the 3rd or 4th time throughout this season. It's one of our league owners out here tonight for MX-5 Cup Series action. Slater Colby, Stone Colby running 3rd and 4th. And Nico Colby will drop back down to P6th after what was triple Colby action up there, 3rd through 5th. It's the Rainey Homes Racing Mazda MX-5 Cup machine for Joe Rainey. He's worked his way 2 spots gained since the drop of the green flag. And, well, this is pretty cool here to continue to see these Mazda MX-5s go at it here from virtual racing, because I've seen them out here from real life racing as well. Lots of these drivers, you can really start to compare and contrast the lines that they continue to run. Really their racecraft abilities are out there, whether they're trying to play a little bit more defense as their strong suit or trying to dive it down into the corners. Right as I say that, Nico Colby down and around the outside of that gold and black vehiclebuyers.com machine to put triple Colby action back up into 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Real quick, back to Joe Rainey, though. I got a shout out here, Joe. Not only is he, that was a lot of fun watching Joe at the World Center of Racing over on TV, but seeing him race real life at that Apex Motor Club, one of the most prestigious tracks out there in Maricopa, Arizona. Being in Joe Rainey's garage out there for quite a bit of it, I noticed that he had a really neat picture of his real-life racing Mazda MX-5 Cup car, and that was at this very track, at the section of the corners that we just made our way through. Keep your eye on Joe Rainey. He has been here real-life racing. He is in it sim racing right now. Triple vehicle buyers Mazda MX-5s up there on the outside line, trying to get around Andrew Bound from E3. Wow, we're gonna bang. We'll trade paints going into turn 1. 3 at Brest. Could we be looking for? Settle it back down to 3. Look at Slater Colby go. He's gonna look side by side with Stone Colby. Battles for 2nd, 3rd, 4th. It's all throughout this battle that you see in one camera shot right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you can try, but you cannot get much better action than this right here on Stam Studio Network with these Apex MX-5 sim racing action drivers going at it. There you see Jake Steckler. He got loose as a goose coming out of the corner. He actually turned that Apex Motor Club Mazda MX-5 Cup car into a lawnmower out there out of corner exit. Had to regroup it, rearm it, all right back up and with him. Jeremy Fletcher, he's racing with us here tonight. Jeremy, he's up, gained 15 spots since the drop of the green flag, up to P8, our fastest driver in practice. We'll hop on board down here with him now that he isn't so straight. Coming towards turn 10, 11, and 12, the final turns on the track. We're only 6 minutes down, about 14 minutes to go till that competition yellow. Jeremy Fletcher, he's working up of 122 miles, 125 miles an hour, getting that slipstream, getting that draft, getting the huge suck down there, going out through 10, 11, and 12. Jeremy Fletcher, he gains another one. 16 spots gained since the since the start lights have went out. Jeremy Fletcher going to start to reel in Dr. Andrew Bound. That is for P6. Nico Colby, P5. Joe Rainey, P4. Who's that leading? Oh, that's right. It's the only Brendan Birch continuing to run out up front by about 1 second. Joe Rainey goes way wide going into 1 and 2 there. He's going to have to gather that Rainey Holmes Racing Mazda MX-5 right back and up and underneath of him there. He'll slot back down and into P6. You better run, you better hide, but you better be careful while trying to make that pace happen. Fletcher, P7, continues to reel in up this battle up here between the top 6 drivers. Jake Steckler, he's up there running in P8, right there behind Fletcher. How about Joey Rainey? It's Joe's son running P9. That's about where he started this race out here, but don't count out that Rainey Holmes Racing number 30 neon yellow and a little bit of gray, a little bit of black Mazda MX-5 machine. Checking down there in YouTube land for our first time tonight. It is Milena Colby who joined us down there, as well as the Juice Box, Rochelle, who else do we have there? Veruska, all joining down there in YouTube land, as well as Moonlight Dancer, of course. Let me know if everything is A-OK sounding down in YouTube land, as well as if you are all ready for the better half dash here in just less than, a little bit more than a week's time. Hopefully that you all have been training out there for it there, as Brendan Birch has a yellow flag out there shown with his timings and scorings that should present a slowdown penalty for our race leader. Back to that better half dash though. It's the night before Valentine's Day, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Mini stocks at Charlotte. Make sure, hey gentlemen, what better present to get for Valentine's Day for your better half than an entry in That's One, the only broadcasted here. Hopping on board here with Stone Colby, back to win our 1, 2nd, and 3rd battle. Stone Colby, he's getting ever so closer to that rear bumper of Slater Colby. Looks like Brendan Birch is able to bleed off his time that he had gained out there. Really quick, looking at this nice battle out here between Lucas Barnett, Darren Colby, and Daniel Ramirez. If my notes are correct, I believe Lucas Barnett is one of our points leaders coming into this Mazda MX-5 Apex Sim Series race here at Road Atlanta. There you can see scrolling across the bottom side of your screen, Lucas Barnett coming into this race with the points lead. Stone Colby, though, just sitting back only 14 points, and then Andrew Bound only 101 points back. What could make you, could break you, making a pass like that there. Lucas Barnett down and around the inside. He clears him up there out of the exit. Now his last corner back on by. Barnett, he's up to P11, reeling in the Marvin Taters, Marvin Samayoa, and the number 44 Mazda MX-5 Cup machine. Slater Colby has had enough patience out here tonight. He is trying to battle it up here for the race lead. He gets it done with the huge bump draft out of here, out of his twin brother Stone Colby's front bumper. Slater Colby to the race lead out here out of Road Atlanta when we do have about 10 minutes to go to the competition yellow. Brendan Birch, he is still flirting with disaster up here in that top 3 position, as well as Nico Colby, he's still sitting up here P4. Andrew Bound, P5. What does Stone here go going into turns 1 and back up the hill going into turns 2? Not only is that uphill, but it is off camber. You're going to try to really finesse that Mazda MX-5 Cup car. Get the grip into the corner, as well as try to carry that speed and momentum out of corner exit. You're going to hear me talk about speed and momentum quite a bit here tonight, as this is really a fast and flowy racetrack. Look at Joe Rainey. He's starting to get a little bit of pressure up there out of Jeremy Fletcher. Fletcher flexes his way up there to P7 after starting all the way in the back of the pack. Can he make something happen here on that Rainey Holmes Racing number 17 Apex Motor Club machine? Contact between the two. They'll beat, they'll bang, they'll rub some vinyl off one another, but they'll keep it moving. They'll keep it grooving. Not what Jeremy was wanting to do there. You saw that blink of the taillights out there off of corner exit. That's kind of just an apologize there, kind of like putting on the hazards out there on real life driving out there back and behind the racetrack. It's Stone, it's Slater. It is twins going at it here for the battle for the race lead. Looks like Slater's going to drop back into line. Will he try to slot his way back into the inside, which would present it back into the outside? No, Slater's will fall back down there to P2. Stone Colby and his vehiclebuyers.com Apex Motor Club Mazda MX-5 Cup car machine. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, you've heard me say it so many times here, make sure you hit up Overstock Vehicles as well as vehiclebuyers.com. Best place to get some used car racing action. Used car action up there. It's Nico Colby now working up against Brendan Birch. It's two very similar Mazda MX-5 Cup Cars machine, but it's the gold one up there against the yellow one. Nico Colby versus Brendan Birch. Nico makes that one look relatively easy, going back out there and through corner exit. He's going to put Brendan Birch back down to P4, Andrew Bound to P5. Then there's Jeremy Fletcher and that hot pink, white, and black number 22, number 22 Mazda MX-5 Cup car. He's still sitting up about P6, now 0.3 of a second back behind that battle for the race lead. Jake Steckler, Joey Rainey start to have a little bit of battle on themselves out here, running 8th and 9th on track. So is Marvin Samayoa in our points leader coming into the race. Lucas Barnett, top 11 drivers right now, separated by just under about 0.3 of a second for each battle up there between Jeremy and Joe. That's when you start to look 1 second apart. Here we go between Nico and Slater. Nico's starting to run out of patience as well, staying, all right, Slater, I'm going to try to make a move down and around this outside line, up and through the chicane section we go. It's uphill, then it's way uphill, then it's right back to downhill. Side by side between Brendan Birch as well as Jeremy Fletcher. Fletcher, he makes his way up to P4 after making that move, working to the inside line out there of our final chicane, out of turn 10, 11, 12. Now it'll be side by side there for the race lead once again, as well as Andrew Bound and Joe Rainey. Nico Colby, he makes his way to the inside line. Door, quarter, clear. Nico Colby has now put down Stone, Slater, Jeremy, and Brendan Birch, all trying to run away with this race lead coming towards this competition caution with these Mazda MX-5 Cup machines. It's going to be hard to run away from a track with so much slipstream, so much draft capabilities there. There you see Stone Colby's right side tires actually get all the way up and off of the racetrack. You're going to need 4 tires for some grip out here tonight as Joe Rainey goes off of the racetrack. He'll slot that thing right back and up into P7 after it does look like a slight wrinkle, maybe not there on that front nose of the Rainey Homes Racing machine. Joe and Joey are going to start to run nose to tail, separated by less than 0.6 of a second there for 8th and 9th position. Lucas Barnett, Marvin Samayoa, 10th, 11th. How about Darren Colby? He's out there. God, man, it's been so much fun to watch here. Darren Colby put some sim racing action back in here behind his wheel. Darren Colby holding off Daniel Ramirez out of Colombia, as well as Connor Cunningham. Back out to the front of the pack. It's now 0.2 of a second as Slater Colby will get off of that rear bumper of Nico Colby, his younger brother, our race leader going into the corner. You can't fault him there for it. Didn't want to give the little bit of a bump and run there where he wouldn't quite trying to make it happen. Although with all that being said, here's going to be Jeremy Fletcher. He's worked his way 21 spots gained since the drop of the green flag. Here comes Jeremy, knocking as we go, working our way up through our turns 1 and 2. Slater Colby, he has a run. Does he keep within that gas pedal or get right back off of it? Of course, Slater Colby stays right back on the gas. That is what we've seen out of these Colby brothers. It's hard. It's immaculate racing out here. You couldn't get much better than this ethical racing from Mazda MX-5 Apex Sim Racing Action. Joe Rainey, he goes off the track there once again, left side tires. He'll regather it back up there. Unfortunately, he'll lose another spot. Joe Rainey drops back to P7. Back up here looking at this battle for the race lead. Will we see Jeremy Fletcher? Let me know what you think down there in YouTube land below. Will we see Fletcher up there? Yeah, okay, well that might be the answer. He's going to look down into the inside. He will have a great run out there out of turn 9. Is it 9 or 10? He's going to side draft the ever-living vinyl wrap there off of Nico Colby, and then of course right as I say it, Jeremy Fletcher goes right into the inside as far as he can go, trying to avoid the side draft and slowing them both down. After Jeremy, I think he used the side draft to get that run out there out of our straight corner, and then he rocketed past Nico Colby. It's the JFR Jeremy Fletcher Racing esports machine up to the race lead. Now that he's used all of his offense, possibly even used a little bit more of those tires than even more of our racers out here tonight. Will we see Jeremy Fletcher have enough defense out here to continue to hold off Nico Colby, or has Nico been done out here being the student? Will Nico finally be the one that tries to take the spot out here from the coach? Not able to make that not called. I'll have to save that for another day. Not able to make that move happen. Slater Colby, apologize there. Slater, Brendan, Andrew Bound up here within our top 5 running drivers out there. How about those Stone Colby and Joe Rainey continue to go at it for 6th, 7th. Joey Rainey sitting 8th position. Jake Steckler, I don't think I've mentioned his name not enough tonight or even throughout this whole season thus far. Jake Steckler continues to really impress me from behind the wheel of his vehicle buyers, number 42 Mazda MX-5 Cup car machine. There you see his virtual windshield wiper starting to weep, whoop, weep, whoop. He's wiping all that dirt off of his front windscreen there, as you can really see single file action starting to really train themselves down there. That's back straightaway. Daniel Ramirez, Darren Colby, also Connor Cunningham, still going at it there for 12th, 13th, and 14th. This should be our 2 lap to go mark until our until our, you can call it a competition caution. Darren Colby right now in the meat of the sandwich. Daniel Ramirez out of Colombia right up and in there out in front of him. Connor Cunningham, I believe that's the John Pork. Golly, do you answer the call out there on that front of that Mazda MX-5 Cup car machine? Darren Colby's been, watching that all within these last 2 to 3 to 4 laps as that John Pork machine continues to get closer and closer towards that rear bumper of the number 47 of Darren Colby. Juan Herron, Diego Valmerida, as well as Jason Holcomb, Victor Ling running 16th through 19th, Michael Tenegretta as well 20th, Kenneth Lawless, Virgil Kakdak, Thomas Dively, Wesley McFarland, and Brian Zabelski running in the top 25. I do have to really quick make a public apology out there. Zabelski, I butchered his name for once, twice, thrice out here. It was not until about our Stam Studio Network After Dark race replays from last week ago that I finally realized, okay, Brian, I had been butchering it. Brian was a good sport about it, though. He just, he was calm about it after I had let him know. I mean, it was obvious that was happening, but he didn't need to send me a big old paragraph or anything about it. He was cool about it. That would be Brian, although he's not out here on the track, continues to run P25. He had some nice some nice practice pace as well. We'll look back out here to the race lead. It's Nico Colby, 4 tires off of the racetrack, doing everything he can to try to get the race lead as the competition caution flies. Does Nico Colby get it? No, it looks like it's going to be Jeremy Fletcher that iRacing will give that. What was... Could you believe that if I told you? Look at when this yellow flag came out here compared to not only Victor Ling 4-wheeling it off the racetrack, but this is right when Nico Colby started to look and to make a move after we cut to the Stam Studio Network drone camera shot. It's not until right when Nico Colby gets side by side, that's about right now that yellow flag does come out. It's a game of inches. It's a game of centimeters. It's a game of Jeremy Fletcher who wins our opening half of the race. Nico Colby, he'll finish P2 by just a thousandth of a second. Slater Colby, golly, Slater, he might be a force to be reckoned with here coming towards the second half. So is Brendan Birch. Brendan started out there, remember, in our top 3 positions. He's only fallen back 1 position. He's got Stone Colby breathing all down his back neck. It'll be Andrew Bound, our champion in GR Cup, sitting P6. Joey Rainey still sitting 7th and 8th as we will re-rack and restack them. Jake Steckler, Lucas Barnett, Marvin Samayoa, Daniel Ramirez, Darren Colby, Connor Cunningham, and Josh Hunter rounding out the top 15. How about Juan Herron? He's going to be allowed to catch up here. So that about 15th to 16th battle, what was more than 8 seconds separating the two, it all dwindles down back here after we will, oh, hang on now. Is that, what? Juan Herron, hang on. No, not only did I call him paint scheme of the race there a couple races ago, but I did just see, after we got a real nice close-up shot, hey, he had a Stam Studio Network logo on his Mazda MX-5 as well. Hopefully he's going to get a mystery box and get that bullet bill, rocket himself up there, maybe within a top 3 podium position tonight. Motorhead, a bullet bill number 29. Keep your eye on him as Andrew Bound is showing off of the racetrack. We'll have to see what happened to him. Real quick here, here's a quick look at the race replay. Joe, what are we doing? No, Joe, no. We're going to have to take another look here and hop on board here with Joe. I think Joe right now is pissed off. Joe is now just turned Andrew. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with all of you. Don't report any of us. We're all just having fun. I don't actually think it was anything egregious at all. Maybe Joe Rainey. We'll have to take another look at it here. Yeah, Joe is actually getting pushed by Joey up and in there to Andrew Bound. So we'll get them all right back and moving, grooving. Jeremy Fletcher here, man. The start will be on you after lights are out on that newer BMW. What is that, M2, M3 iRacing safety pace car. Right now, we'll continue to go here through the field, though. Lucas Barnett's coming into the race with our points standings lead. I believe we have... I might have skipped that coming into here to the race. So here's a quick look at our point standings coming into the race. Lucas Barnett, Stone Colby, Andrew Bound. That's the top three right now, sitting only. This is our fifth race of the. Oh, excuse me. I guess it'll say fourth out there after Lucas Barnett with 2 wins on the season and Andrew Bound with 3. Xander Colby sitting fourth within our point standings. Brendan Birch, P5. How about Joel Singleton? I don't think Joel Singleton is out here racing tonight, so that's another real nice opportunity for any of these drivers to make or break some points battles a little bit closer here to you. Nico Colby, Brian Zabelski, Josh Hunter, and Michael Senegretta rounding out the top 10 in our overall point standings. You're going to see these drivers weave, jeeve, and jive after these temps on their Continental Racing tires have cut down all the way back into about their half-life and when to what they should be. You're going to see these drivers, especially within this back straightaway here. Yep, there you see them. They're swerving it left, right. Not going to get pulled over out here from Road Atlanta. Just trying to work that tire temp, work that tire pressure. I think most importantly that I think maybe some iRacers don't quite think about that are here, maybe a little bit newer here to sim racing world, is you have to also heat up those brake pads out there. You're going to see those drivers after this next camera shot, maybe a few of those brake lights out there continuing to show red, even though they are moving out here through the track at about 60 miles an hour. They're going to keep all of, they're going to try to keep it all up here within racing temps, racing operating conditions, side by side through the pack. It'll be Nico Colby versus Jeremy Fletcher. This is coach versus student out here out and up front. Who gets it done? Will it be JFR Esports Racing for Jeremy Fletcher, or possibly the VehicleBuyers.com machine? There's not one, there's not just 2, but there are 3 to 4 to 5 of them up here within our front runners of the pack. Green flag is out here on Jeremy Fletcher as he gets that throttle pedal mashed out of there, out of turn number 12. Here we go, back to some green flag racing out of Apex. Oh, God, we already got one going down and around out there. I believe that's going to be Diego Valdemarada, who goes around, sticking back up out here within the side-by-side battles. Jeremy Fletcher continuing to run away out up front. Nico Slater starts to trade a little bit of paint there. We're going to have another wreck there. It'll be Joe Rainey, Marvin Samayoa. Marvin's missing his whole front bumper. Here comes Jake Steckler. We're going to beat, we're going to bang. Marvin's going to take the off course right there. He's going to have to give the time back, but he's going to live to fight another lap. Still continuing to look out up front. It's Jeremy Fletcher leading triple Colby action. Brendan Birch. Joey Rainey has now made his way down and around Joe Rainey after what was contact there, possibly between the Marvin Tater and Joe. Here's a quick look to see what happened there. Also, we did see Diego go down, out, and around on that race start. I believe he got turned from, there was contact there between him as well as in the Dude Wipes number, 79 machine rocketing their way down into that hard inside wall. Here's a look to see what happened to, okay, we have Andrew Bound in the same camera shot. Oh, man, they're both going for the same bit of real estate there. There's Joe's contact, and what happens to Marvin Samayoa? I think Marvin just is in the wrong place at the wrong time. Back out here up to real life, back up here to live racing action out here out of our virtual Apex MX-5 Sim Series out of Road Atlanta. Nico Colby still up and leading in P2. trying to reel in Jeremy Fletcher, Slater Colby, and Stone, Brendan Birch, Joey Rennie. First through 6, haven't missed anything there after our last look at some race replays. Jeremy Fletcher, after starting P23, dang near rear of the pack, he has worked his way all the way to the race lead right now and just continuing to grow that gap, stretch his legs out there between the two. Slater, there's Stone. How about Brendan Birch? Brendan Birch is still up here within the top 3 drivers. I don't want to talk about too much of it because we have seen the Sean and Taylor curse strike once, twice, thrice for Brendan Birch. Right now, probably our second to most important corner that those drivers make their way through. You have to carry that speed, you have to carry that momentum, and be careful that you don't get that off-track penalty, as that can definitely ruin all the speed and momentum that you had moving and grooving for yourself. Brendan Birch, he is steadily moved and grooved up and sitting P5. Joey Rennie is up 3 spots since the drop of those race lights went out. Andrew Bound is still P7, Lucas Barnett P8, Daniel Ramirez P9, Josh Hunter P10. Unfortunately for Joe Rennie, he falls all the way back to P21. Jeremy Fletcher starting to snake his way back down. That isn't so straight. Nico Colby trying to follow that snake up there out of Jeremy Fletcher, trying to gain that slipstream and drafts right on back. It's a little bit easier there for Slater, Stone, and Brendan Birch after the huge hole is poked up in the virtual air out of 5 drivers up there in front of you. That will definitely make it a little bit easier to continue to reel in those drivers up there out and up in front of you. We are 28 minutes down into this 45-minute race. Who do you have down there in YouTube land? Moonlight Dancer still joining us. Milena Colby. Who else do we got? Terry down there, of course, in YouTube land. So is Barush. This is going to be a great second half here of this race, as Jeremy Fletcher's not able to really run away from it. We know that he's going to be this. He's going to continue to make this a lot of fun to watch. But right now, I think you know what's coming. If we take a look at some last lap history between the two, say it with me, ladies and gentlemen, cat and mouse. Action up there between our 2 front race leaders. Fletcher, faster lap 13, Colby, faster lap 13, faster lap 16, but a 12, 14, 15, Fletcher still flexing it out there out up front. I still don't know what sounds better. Does it fletching it sound better? Or does flexing it sound better? I know it is kind of the oh God, Nico scared me there. It took him a little bit longer than I've been out here for some, I think last race I broadcast here at Road Atlanta was some stock car racing action. It scared me to see these Mazda MX-5s out there a little bit longer to make their way down and press that hill out to make that camera shot and make sure everything was a-okay heading outside of the corner. This time we'll head in towards turn 10, 11, and 12. Nico trying to maybe set up that switchback, not able to make it happen. Fletcher still to the race lead. Triple Colby action, 2, 3, 4. Golly, right now you're just trying to do each and every single thing you can. If we hop onto that virtual driver eye camera shot here for Nico Colby, he's going to try to make that outside line work. He's got Jeremy Fletcher down and around to the inside. Nico knows that outside line, it would broke his race if he tried to make that outside line work. There's no speed, there is a little bit of momentum, but there's no grip out there. Nico Colby, he has now done it, trying to find the inside line right on back, which switches back down into the outside through our S's, our snake section. Nico Colby still, oh man, he was rear quarter to front quarter with the battle for the race lead, still not able to pin that throttle pedal down out of corner exit. He sacrificed that the corner entrance for that corner exit speed. Whoa, we got one all the way off the racetrack. I believe that's Andrew Bound. He went 4 tires way off of the asphalt there. Somehow gets it back and righted the right way. I believe that was Brendan Birch. Obviously, Andrew Bound is in that Samuel L. Jackson flaming Mazda MX-5 Cup car machine. Oh no, Samuel L. Jackson might get turned here. Contact with Stone Colby. Stone and Andrew keep it moving, but now there's contact for the race lead. Jeremy Fletcher, oh, he still keeps it moving, grooving back in the right way. Nico Colby, he's getting a shove and a half out there out of Slater Colby. It's brotherly shoves out there to the race lead. Teamwork making the dream work after Fletcher goes a little bit wide, gets shoved out there down the isn't so straight. Joey Rennie, he's worked his way up to that final driver interview position. Now it'll be side by side. Brendan Birch will clear him down there into that 4th position. Lucas Barnett, he's up to P5. Our points leader, where did he come from? Where did he go tonight? Lucas Barnett's nickname has to be Cotton Eye Joe. Here comes Cotton Eye Joe making his way back up and through the corner, trying to get a little bit closer towards that rear bumper out there of Brendan Birch. Here we go, where it's our first chicane out here on the track. He's looking to get side by side. Will he slot back into line? That's exactly what Lucas Barnett's going to do. Use that slipstream, use that draft to get right back up within this battle. Right now it's a front, what is that, an 8-car breakaway for the race lead? Have you ever? I have never, guys. Now we have Joey Rainey, who has gone around in his Rainey Ohms racing machine. We had started to see the pushes. We had started to see those shoves go. I mean, they started to get a little bit too tough even for stock car racing action here. Excuse me, that is just an offset front bumper compared to rear bumper for, I believe that was the Brendan Birch yellow and black Apex Motor Club Mazda MX-5 machine. Nico Colby continues to lead. Jeremy Fletcher out there up front with only just about 13 minutes to go till that white and checkered flag flies. It's now Andrew Bound, Lucas Barnett. Here comes Brendan Birch. We're going to look 3 wide. That's Josh Hunter in the middle of Slater Colby and the number 52 of Stone. That's going to be a fun race sandwich to be right apart and right a part of there. You know that Stone and Slater are going to definitely work their butts off to try to make that pass happen on you there, and that's exactly what we do see for Josh Hunter in his Mass Effect. I'm running out of air here back in the booth. There's been so much battles that continue to go on. There's contact there going back and up into turn 1. Lucas Barnett has contact. I believe that was out of the Andrew Bound machine. Lucas, he does that Mazda MX-5 Cup car back and righted back the right way. There you see Andrew Bound, some cat-like reflexes after the contact, but I think Andrew was just trying to open up the corner going in towards turn 1 and 2. There's only 12 minutes to go. It's still Jeremy Fletcher versus Nico Colby, still teacher versus student. Brendan Birch, Stone Colby, Josh Hunter run in between 0.2 of a second. That is less between a car length separating each between one of these battles, 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. Andrew Bound, he still sits P6 there after keeping that thing righted back and the right way. Slater Colby back to about 0.7 of a second, and then Lucas Barnett falls back to 8th place. That'll be 3.7 seconds back behind Slater, Marvin Samayoa, Connor Cunningham, and Jake Steckler. Hey, Michael Tenegretta's tagging along out here within that final top 12 driver positions. Now, hey, does Nico Colby still continue to play that kind of safer line going into the corner? That's exactly what we continue to see done out there from Nico. Nico continues to just try to maybe find where he's a little bit better or find where he's losing the time out here. We only got 11 minutes out there throughout that white and checkered flag. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Nico Colby hopping on board with him here. Not close enough, able to make that move happen. We'll jump back here between Andrew Bound and Josh Hunter. We're going to continue to hop on board here with Andrew Bound. He still has Josh Hunter to his right side. Who's deeper going on into the braking zone? It is even going into the braking zone. Matter of fact, Andrew Bound is able to carry that momentum out there off of corner exit. He gets his Samuel L. Jackson Mazda Cup car up and into P6. What a textbook pass for Dr. Andrew Bound. Josh Hunter, he's going to run their right side tires into the gravel. So does Slater Colby. Somehow, some way though, Slater is able to keep that momentum up in his very, very vibrant red and black VehicleBuyers.com machine. There you see Slater with a little bit more earlier entrance into the corner, trying to work that apex and that double right-hander apex off of corner exit, trying to gain that slipstream and draft there over Andrew Bound and Josh Hunter. Will Slater do anything here with it? You best believe he will. Slater has been one of our more aggressive, but with the racecraft and with his race speed, it's been so much fun to watch his ethical race, aggressive race passes happen here. There you're going to see him. Very nice move down, looking into the inside. He gets side by side on corner entrance. Very nice move that we see between all sorts of racing series that make a pass happen there into the entrance of turn 10. Able to work it down and around out of turn 11. Here we go to turn 12. Slater Colby, nice pass up there. He works his way up to P6. Jeremy Fletcher, Nico Colby, still 1-2. Brendan Birch, Stone Colby, still 3-4. Then there's Dr. Andrew Bound sitting P5 right now. He's going at it there with Slater Colby. Slater, he has contact contact with Dr. Andrew Bound. They trade some more paint. Here comes Josh Hunter. Oh, Slater kind of used him as a pick right there. Used Andrew Bound as a pick against Josh Hunter. That's going to be Josh Hunter who makes his way down into the virtual garage. My God, that got tight coming out of the corner. I think this is when it this is when it starts to heat up and ensue out there. Contact going into the corner. Excuse me, that was a couple of laps ago, and then here we're going to see Dr. Andrew Bound out here after some pretty heavy contact. I apologize. I'm going to have to get Barney off of his smoke lift brake off of that forklift there. There's the contact for Slater and Andrew Bound going into the corner, and then Andrew. Oh man, I hit the wrong button. God dang it! Excuse me there. Then Josh Hunter tries to find that inside line. I hit the wrong button again, but you get the gist there. It's only 9 more minutes to go. I apologize for it, but it's still only Nico Colby and Jeremy Fletcher out here battling between 1 and 2. With a 3-second gap separating third and fourth. There's also just a 0.2 of a second battle separating Brendan Birch and Stone Colby. Center Colby still up to P5, Lucas Barnett to P6, Marvin Samayo. He's in a real nice battle right now. He's actually got Connor Cunningham as well as Jake Steckler kind of leading this quadrant of a 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th battle out here coming out throughout turn 12, headed back towards 1 and 2. Marvin Samayo, he's trying to dive it down into the inside line of turn 1. He's got that rear left yacht out there all to the, I mean, he looked like a Formula Drift driver dang near headed into the corner with his yacht out as that rear end was out there out of that number 44. It's yawed out. He continues to carry that speed out there throughout the corner exits of, entrance, mid-corner, and apex. Marvin's really looking fast out here. He is on rails out here coming in within these last 7 minutes of the race. Although right now he has Connor Cunningham looking down into the inside, and with that John Pork machine, oh, Marvin somehow he has no choice right now up to just give it up out there for P7. Connor Cunningham, he is up 6 spots gained since the since the race lights went out. That will be our biggest mover, not including Jeremy Fletcher. Fletcher out here now leading Nico Colby. This will be 2.5 tenths across the timing loop. Brendan Birch, he's now worked his way back up into where he started this race out here with only 6 more minutes left here to go. He's got Stone Colby all over his rear bumper. Is Stone going to shove him down and into the entrance of turn 10? Stone gets off of that rear bumper going into the entrance. That's very kind of respect shown right there for Stone after he's not wanting to make contact there between the two. What may show for a little bit of contact, no, we'll keep it green. It's still this 4-car battle. This quagmire, this giggity going at it here. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, Barnett, Cunningham, Samayo, Steckler still going at it here. Really no contact here shown just yet here between the two with only 6 minutes left here to go. Lap times ranging in about the 1 minute 35 seconds range. We should be looking at about 3 more laps to go. Marvin Samayo, Connor Cunningham, trade paint going out there into turns 1, 2, and 3. The Marvin Tater gets that spot right back and in for P7. Nico Colby still trying to do everything that he can to get that lead back and around. Jeremy Fletcher, here we go. That's going to be a lapped car that will make her way. I think that's Wesley McFarland who shows some nice racecraft there to work his way down and out of the way. The next battle that is going to approach there on that lap traffic will be Brendan Birch and Stone Colby. Oh, this is going to be, oh man, very, very nice job out there for Wesley once again to just get off of the racing line to allow these drivers to continue to go at it here tonight. How about Lucas Barnett, Marvin Samayo, Connor Cunningham? We continue to cut back and forth between battles for the race lead and battles between 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Marvin still continues to reel in Lucas Barnett, but not close enough to make that move happen. Nico Colby, he continues to be close enough to make a move happen, but he continues to kind of call back on himself there and not make the move. I think Nico continues to just hold back right now and continue to wait until possibly the 2 lap to go mark, maybe even the white flag, possibly even checkered flag out here for that vehiclebuyers.com Mazda MX-5 Cup car machine. Nico Colby's been so fun to watch real life racing, sim racing. I think one day He's going to be an IMSA champ. He's going to be some sort of champ within real life racing. Continuing to see Nico go out of tier. Once again, looking at some lap time history. Coach versus student up here. Fletcher, he's a real life champion. Excuse me, wrong graphic there. Fletcher, he's a real life champion. He's a real life race winner. Daytona Race 2 from this very season from an IMSA sanctioned Mazda MX-5 racing out there. Fletcher still continuing to lead out up front. Only lap 22 and lap 23 has Nico Colby only been faster, and it's been less than 1/10 of a second. Look at now Brendan Birch, that's now sitting P3. He starts to, whoa, we got one going around. It's contact up here for the race lead. What just happened? Nico Colby, he has gone around. So has Jeremy Fletcher. Both of them hard into the tire barriers. What just happened? Right as the camera shot had gone away, Fletcher tries to make a move down into the inside. Maybe Nico Colby is a little bit earlier on the brakes than Fletcher is anticipating, as we have Joe and Joey up there right up and in front of him. Fletcher, 2 tires up and into the air. He doesn't even hit the tire barrier. He slams that concrete barrier. That allows Brendan Birch, Stone Colby, and Slater Colby to make their way up in within the top 3 running positions. It's just like that. Road Atlanta, it'll make you. It'll break you. It could possibly be Brendan Birch who's able to find his way down and up and into victory lane here tonight after coming across the stripe. This should be 2 to 3 laps to go. Brendan Birch right now, this is like now looking out of his rear view camera shot. It was down and into the cockpit of Stone Colby. Stone Colby now 2/10 of a second back, but here comes Slater. Don't count within any one of these top drivers out. It looks like Joey Rainey right now is sitting B3 out there on track, but that is after Joey has gone down 1 lap there. Joey sitting P17 out there on track. Here comes Brendan Birch, leading Stone, leading Slater. What will Brendan Birch have here for defense? We know that Brendan, he has the offense. We have seen time and time again Brendan Birch have that very, very nice textbook pass happen where we see very little to no contact given there between him and his co-counterpart drivers. Birch is going to lead him on to that most important corner of, second most important corner of the track, as we'll make our way throughout turns 10, 11, and 12, our most important corners of the track. Keep your eye here on possibly Joey and Joey to make something happen here between coming within this white and checkered flag of the race. Joey still looks like he's sitting P3, but remember, that is still him 1 lap down, sitting P17. Brendan Birch, here comes Stone Colby to try to make a move down into the inside line. Not close enough to make it happen. Will we see the white flag lap this time by? It's all dependent on when Brendan Birch and Stone make their way across the line. Will we see Barney the Flagman throw that white flag? We will, and we'll see the huge wreck out there coming out of the final turn to take the white flag. Stone Colby has gone around. So has, that was one other driver, Jeremy Fletcher, who has also gone around. We're going to have to take a look and see what happens there after they make their way towards the checkered flag. It'll be Brendan Birch. I'm going to have to take that one all back. It was a game of seconds coming throughout the checkered flag. It looks like it will be Brendan Birch who leads them coming across the line. Slater will take P2. Nico Colby looks like he's going to take P3. It's showing checkered flags out there out up front, but it is still timing and scoring graphics are all over the place right now. Brendan Birch is still on that throttle pedal. It looks like we'll be coming towards the checkered flag. Timing and scoring says goofed up right now because it was a second. It was a 1/10 of a second separating the 2 front leaders coming across the line. I do believe here it's going to be between Brendan Birch and Slater. I hope I'm not calling all this one wrong because they are still on the gas. It's shown Stone Colby as the race winner. This is all goofed up out here behind the scenes. We're going to keep out here with this final lap. If not, Stone has won the race after spinning across the line. Brendan, Slater, Nico Colby coming into the final section of the track. It's led by Brendan Birch. Here comes Slater looking down to the inside line. It's net code between the two. They both spin, coming to what I believe what should be the checkered flag. There goes Stone. Here comes Brendan Birch to take it. I do believe timing and scoring scorings all over the place right now. Here comes Brendan Birch to take the checkered flag. It is the checkered flag. I was calling it right. Brendan Birch, he has now joined us in the podium position. The checkered flag is out for Brendan Birch after what was a botched finish in the iRacing community. Nico Colby finishes P2. I'm right now showing Marvin Samayoa shown P3. What I do believe happened is these drivers wrecked coming across the line, and it was so close out there within tenths of a second that I don't think iRacing technically knew when and who to give this to out here. Here's another look at what happened coming towards the white flag of the lap. Look at okay, first of all, I have never seen that out of a driver like Jeremy Fletcher, and that was the timing and scorings coming across the line out there to what was, I do believe, yeah, that white flag lap. Barney the Flagman showing white flag right there. We're gonna have to see what heats up and ensues right there for what was that, Jeremy Fletcher, as well as Nico Colby, as well as Joey Rainey. It looks like Brendan Birch is going to be able to take away this race win after I'm still trying to figure out this, so it's taken me a second to look for some race replays out here down as well, because I think quite a few drivers are as confused, as well as if you're confused out there in YouTube land, so am I. Okay, well this might be a little bit why if things were so jacked out here going into our checkered flag of the lap here. Here's Fletcher having some fun out here. I think he thought it was coming to the checkered maybe up there, and then here we go heading through the last turns of the race up there. Maybe they're just trying to make me just lose my mind. I don't know what just happened. I think better yet here, we'll chat with our top 3 driver interviews as well as our official race results here. Yeah, that'll probably be the best move. Here's our official race results. I'm showing Brendan Birch, Nico Colby, Marvin Samayoa, but it might be other. This is crazy. Lucas Barnett, Connor Cunningham, Slater Colby, Jake Steckler, Andrew Bound, Michael Tenegretta, as well as Daniel Ramirez. Victor Ling, Diego Valderrama, Thomas Dively, Stone Colby, Virgil Kakdak, Joe Rainey, Darren Colby, Joey Rainey, Wesley McFarland, and our Jeremy Fletcher's unfortunately headed the wrong way earlier out there tonight. He finishes out there in the top 20. Here we go up in our driver interview booth. I don't know what just happened, but Brendan, I'm showing you as the race winner. You got yourself a copy, man.
Yeah, I'm here.
All righty. Well, maybe you or maybe Nico, one of you can maybe break this down a little bit better than I could, because I'm in shock up here. That was a crazy finish, Brendan. What's going through your mind, man?
Yeah, it was a pretty wild race. I was just trying to keep it clean the whole time. It was very eventful. You know, we were all tight racing, bumping the whole time, and then there was some crashes, and took a couple guys out, and yeah, I mean, it was a fun race. Interesting one for sure.
Yeah, interesting is the word to use there, man. Brandon, this has been a long time coming, though. You've had a couple of driver interviews. You've also, I'm not even going to mention that, but you're up here within, you're our winner here tonight. So we'll let you get to popping some virtual champagne here in just a few moments' time here. But Brendan, I mean, lap after lap, that was a lot of fun here to watch you, number 36, continue to put it out there. How did you get it done out there with so much side-by-side, so much beating and banging?
I was literally just trying to stay alive. I knew people were going to crash with how much we were bumping, so I was just trying to stay alive. And then Stone bumped me a ton down the straight, so we could catch up to Nico and Jeremy when they were up there, so that helped quite a bit. So shout out Stone.
All right, there you go, Brandon. Anybody else that you'd like to shout out or dedicate this race win here to tonight, man?
Yeah, you for the broadcast. Everybody that's putting together the league. It's always fun to race in here. Vehicle buyers, overstock.com, Jordan watching the stream. I appreciate everybody.
Hey, Brandon, I appreciate you. And I said, oh boy, there, because I really do feel like I kind of botched the end, but I really didn't know what was happening. But hey, once again, congratulations, man. Now I'll let you get to popping that virtual champagne. Congratulations, Brendan Birch, conquering Road Atlanta here tonight. All right, here's Nico Colby. I think maybe he can give us a little bit more of an insight on what in the name of everything that is right and left turny did just happen. Nico, you got yourself a copy, man.
Yep, got a copy.
Alrighty. Well, first of all, Nico, we'll start here within your top 2 finish. Man, that got really wild coming across those last here couple of laps on the race, but it was there. But you were up here with flirting within disaster within the top 3 pretty much throughout the whole race. What? How do you find that most pace outs here throughout the Road Atlanta in this very, I think, fun to drive Mazda car?
Yeah, just definitely set up a lot of time making that, and then just tire conservation, just sitting behind people in draft, and then for that first kind of half, and then just sending it the last half, and just gaining pace from that.
Well, Nico, I know that you like to shout out Jeremy Fletcher for like the coaching and all that out there back behind the scenes, but man, it was teacher versus students here tonight for quite a few laps. Were you still continuing to learn back behind Jeremy's bumper, or were you just more focused on trying to make a pass happen, or like you said, just maybe trying to conserve those tires?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm always learning from him on and off track. Or I meant sim and real life. And yeah, just trying to convert, what's it called? Conserve tires, and just a really fun race, yeah.
That is key to win most of these races here. Nico, best of luck here to you. Coming up in real life racing out at Apex Motor Club this weekend. But real quick before we let you get going, Nico, who you shouting out here tonight on another podium finish?
You obviously for the streams, everyone that helps with the Discord in the league. Shout out Jeremy for helping me coaching. Shout out my grandma for always watching, mom, dad, and just everyone that makes it fun.
Hey, Nico, that's what it's all about right there. The shout-outs back and behind the scenes. That'll keep us moving and grooving. Nico, hopefully you keep on moving and grooving back there. And once again, good luck again this weekend. Appreciate your time and efforts here behind the scenes, Nico, and we'll chat with you hopefully another top 3 driver interview.
Thank
you. Thank you. Cut him off out there. Apologize there. But this will be another top 3 interview out here for the one. This is the only. It'll pretty be a special one here for me. It's Marvin Samayoa, the Marvin Tater. Marvin, you got yourself a copy, man.
Hey, Sean. Finally back in an interview spot. Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Golly. Okay, well, I was hoping somebody could put it into words for me, but oh my God, I'm sweating right now thinking that I botched the whole finish, but man, I'm still gonna have to figure this out here behind the scenes. But Marvin, I'm showing right now you finished podium position. You were up there. I mean, I think that kind of back driver of that front leading pack out there throughout pretty much that competition, caution, and beyond. Marvin, how did you keep that pace up and with those front runners, especially as make some passes out there coming throughout the white and checkered flag?
Man, I don't know, Sean. It was one of those things. I was towards the back. I started, I think, 10th. I had a terrible quali, and then I think I got into Stack. He tried to correct me, but then I just overcorrected and spun around or something. So I lost that pack. Got up there again. I was working with Stack. We're trying to catch up to him, and I was kind of like in the middle throughout the whole first half. Then in the restart, I want to give a shout out to Stack for helping me and kind of just cutting and slicing and grooving there towards the end. And yeah, I have no idea. I kept seeing the front battling. I kept making some little mistakes here and there, and then I locked in. Kind of helped with Stack and Lucas there for a bit towards the end, and then I started seeing cars falling off one by one. I'm like, okay, well, I'll finish the top 6 or 5, it's no problem. And then towards the last lap on that backstretch, I figured I'd just make a move on Lucas. And, figured like, okay, let me finish ahead of him once. And then all of a sudden I started hearing everybody yell and everything, and then smoke everywhere, caution. I'm like, what's going on? I kept racing, and then 4th, and then finally 3rd. And I'm like, what? And so yeah, there's my perspective for that race.
Well, at least I wasn't the only one yelling back there and up and in the booth, man. Marvin, real quick, final 2 questions I have here for you. First one being, how do you hold off? And do you kind of treat it any different when you're holding off a driver like Lucas Barnett there behind you, the one who comes into the race with the points lead?
I mean, honestly, he was faster than me that whole race for I think, except for maybe the final 4 laps or something like that. I was kind of watching them, and I was watching everybody else run their line. And I'm not very good at this track, but I just know enough to learn off of the best. And Lucas, definitely, I was somebody watching throughout that first half and then later half. And then honestly, just keep up with him. And then I think there was a moment where my setup started coming in towards the end, but it was a little bit too late because I was too far back. But definitely shout out to Joe Rainey for that setup as well. He definitely made a awesome setup that I was able to feel comfortable with.
Well, Marvin, we appreciate that. And besides Joe and his Rainy Homes Racing setup that he provided here tonight, is there anybody else you'd like to kind of shout out and thank?
I want to thank Taylor. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank Apex Motor Club for all this. Stack as well. You know, he helped me get there towards the front. Lucas as well. But I also want to say, you know, shout out to vehiclebuyers.com. Wherever you're looking to, you know, basically sell your car, definitely hit up vehiclebuyers.com or overstockvehicles.com if you're looking to buy a car.
There it is, Marvin. We appreciate it, and also appreciate you working with me back there with some commentating action. It's the Marvin Tater. Timing and scorings have updated, but I'm still, I'll call Marvin Samayo P3 here tonight in the sim racing books. Marvin, thank you so much, and have a great rest of your night, man.
You as well, Sean. Thank you very much, and thank you to everybody watching on YouTube land.
Hey, that's what it's all about right there. Great transition into it. It'll be Milena, Edwin, as well as, Edwin's doing on virtual out here tonight. Edwin, Milena, Moonlight Dancer, Terry, as well as, I think we had some Ted down there, action in YouTube lands. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. That'll do it here for the broadcast for Apex MX-5 Sim Series out at Road Atlanta. That was a lot of fun to watch. Hopefully it was as fun for the guys and girls out there down in YouTube land as it was me. Before we get going though, once again, here's one more look at it. Our Better Half Dash out here. Mini stocks at Charlotte, February 13th, night before Valentine's Day, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. God, I feel like I'm missing 3,000 race replays, but I think I have met the majority there. So I think I'm gonna get going. Thank you all here once again, bottom of my heart. Sean Stam here on Stam Studio Network. I'll see you next tomorrow night here for West Coast Sim Racing's GT Challenge Sim Racing Championship. That'll be a fun one to watch. Make sure you guys and gals join in there. Appreciate y'all and have a great rest of your night.